So in reaction to the Hamas terror attack in Israel, many Republican politicians have decided to just lie. They have an argument many of them are making, which is, hey, we blame Joe Biden for this. What? Yes, Joe Biden is responsible for the Hamas terror attack in Israel. Excuse me? So what argument do they make? Well, it goes something like this. The Biden administration just greenlit $6 billion to go to Iran. Iran was working with Hamas to help plan for this attack and arm them and fund them and help them with planning, etc. Therefore, Joe Biden is responsible for the Hamas terror attack in Israel. Now, you're not going to be surprised to hear this is a 100% lie. They know it's not true, but they're saying it anyway because it's a cheap political attack where they feel like they can, take advantage of it. In fact, you had, what's her name, Nancy Mace? I think it was Nancy Mace, Republican congresswoman, who came out and said, oh, this terror attack is a great opportunity for us Republicans. Wow. Just come out and say it. Okay. You're going to be shocked, though, guys, because this lie is so extreme and so absurd. Even Fox News basically fact-checked what the Republicans are saying against Joe Biden. Watch this. This is glorious.
The White House has pushed back, as we've reported, on suggestions by Republican presidential candidates that the recent hostage deal that involved the release of $6 billion contributed to the Hamas attack. The $6 billion is still currently held in a Qatari bank account with U.S. Treasury oversight. The money came from Iranian oil sales to South Korea and did not include U.S. taxpayer dollars. NSC spokesperson Adrian Watson said in a statement, quote, "Not a single cent from these funds has been spent yet, and when it is spent, it can only be spent on things like food and medicine for the Iranian people. These funds have absolutely nothing to do with the horrific attacks today, and this is not the time to spread disinformation."
Wow. So even I didn't know some of that. I knew that the $6 billion, it's zero of it is from U.S. taxpayers. Zero of it. The implication is that, well, your tax money is going to Iran. I knew that was a lie. I knew that basically this is Iran's own money that we stole through sanctions. I knew that much. I didn't know the rest of it. I didn't know that not a cent of it has been spent yet. And then I also didn't know that it's actually held in a Qatari bank account and it's only going to be independent third parties that have access to it, and it can only be used for like humanitarian assistance for the Iranian population. Even I didn't know that. I was under the impression it's Iran's money that we stole from them, and we did just give it back to the Iranian government, which, by the way, would have been perfectly fine. We had no right to take that money in the first place, regardless of what you think of the government of Iran. But I didn't even know the rest of those facts. So this is Fox News absolutely busting up a Republican lie, a Republican myth. And look, guys, it drives me crazy, right? It's not like, are there no legitimate criticisms of Joe Biden? Of course not. Of course there are legitimate criticisms of Joe Biden. But they don't have any. They don't have any. And so they just resort to lying. And when even Fox News has to come out and check you and say, that's not even close to true, man, you know you overreached. You know you overreached. And I'm sorry, but just the implication that any U.S. president isn't sufficiently cucked to Israel is laughable. Even there was a big deal about Barack Obama at the way out, on the way out, because he allowed the UN to issue a condemnation for the illegal settlement expansion. But get this, guys. First of all, nothing hinged on it. It was just like an official statement from the UN, right? Because it was the General Assembly. It wasn't the Security Council. But also, they just voted present. The U.S. did. So it's not even like the U.S. said, we are voting yes to condemn the illegal settlement expansion in Israel. It was just, we just voted present. I mean, it's like we're abstaining. And so we allowed the UN to basically issue a statement saying, hey, illegal settlements are actually really wrong. You shouldn't do this. This isn't good. And Obama was painted as like, deeply anti-Israel. And it's like, well, are you kidding me? We gave them billions of dollars in weapons, and we gave them subsidies, money. Like, they have universal health care. We don't even have it here, but we're giving them money, right? That happened under Obama. That happened under Trump. Trump, of course, moved the embassy, which helped increase the tensions in the region. And, Biden is the same thing. Biden is still giving money and weapons and doing the classic, like, Israel has a right to defend itself. We stand with Israel. They're our top ally in the region, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And these guys can't help themselves but to lean in and act like, what? Joe Biden is a Hamas simp. Like, who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? But this is what they do. When you don't have any real arguments, this is what you do. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Just wait and see. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.